Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. For who is new here, my name is Ma, I live in UK and I grow my plants in Leca. So for today's video, this will take me a week or two to put on, but I have some issues. Well, I do have these issues from 8 years ago, almost 9 years ago, when I started growing in Leca. But to tell you the truth, with my orchids, because I started with orchids, it was not bothering me so much because they were fine. But now, I think I'm bothered. Well, right, this will not make any sense if I don't show you. So, this is my philodendron Rojo Congo. You will say it's looking fine, but I will beg you the difference. I will argue the difference. I will say it's I don't know. Anyway, all these leaves that you can see, except this one here that you can't see for a reason, they are all deformed. They all have these orange spots that usually philodendron gets, but there is no pest on it. I don't know why they are getting these orange spots. I have this on my Birkin, I have this on my Ring of Fire, I have, you can see them here more clearly, I think. So 2 weeks ago I tried to take this out from this vase container. I don't have any holes, I don't have anything. You know my opinions about flushing, I don't have any. So I took out the first layer of Leca, as you can see, and I forgot about it. I didn't take it out anymore. I left it there, and he put out this new perfect leaf, because if you notice on these leaves, they are all deformed. They don't have this, I don't know, shape, perfect shape. They are all, look at them, they are awful. The perfect ones are the old ones. These are new ones. And not even one, it's perfect like this one that he put out in 2 weeks, since I forgot to take it out and left it without the top layer Leca and with the roots basically out from the pot. I don't know if you can see. Most of the roots, it's not even stable. Look at him. So send this and say, right, that means only one thing: it doesn't have enough oxygen there. So after that, I've looked at some of my pots with my perfect round Leca. Let's make something clear. I started using the perfect round Leca 3 years ago. Till then I used the irregular shaped Leca and it was working just fine. That's why I was not bothered about the dry Leca top layer, because I didn't have any. Right, so saying that, I've looked at this and it looks really compact. I mean, it has air, but I don't think it has enough air, especially when it's a bigger pot vase like that. When it's a bigger container, I don't think the roots have enough air. So, saying that, this will take me to the next problem: dry roots, the dry top layer of Leca. And why I'm saying that it's a problem for me. For some of my plants, let's see, what example should I give you? Right. So we will go to my Monstera borzigiana, albo variegata, and well, these are old leaves. They are 1.5 years old. They came with browning spots. They still have browning. It's alright, doesn't bother me. I already cut this plant 3 times, and she put out a new leaf here quite recently, which is small, which is indicating me again not enough air at the roots. So if they don't have air, they don't have the power to absorb all the nutrients. Even so, they will absorb nutrients, because you see, I don't have any white Leca on top. Well, I never do, but this root, you see, that went into leca. This is why it started bothering me, the drier top of the leca, because dry leca will desiccate the root. Bloody hell, English. So you can combat that with doing what I've did here. I didn't fill in the pot with leca. I left quite a bit. See, the pot is big, the vase, however is that called, it's big, but the leca, it's still here. So if I touch this leca, it will be dry, because now actually it's a bit damp. I think I watered this, I can't remember when. But this will be another good solution for the top dry leca. Not to fill in the pot, or to put a bigger pot and put only half of the pot with leca and leave the rest of the pot empty, and that will hold humidity better. But still, I'm not happy with that, and I will tell you why. Sorry, it's a trap here to try to... That was difficult. Alright, so I will tell you what I'm not happy with that either, because I will like to be able to go out from the house in a holiday for 1 week and don't worry about my plants. Don't worry that they will dry. Don't worry that they are too wet or things like that. So, because I do think that this is the whole purpose with leca, to make our life easier. So, I've ordered some pumice. I'll put them, do you see them? So I have some pumice that I rinsed and dry out. And this one, it's, oh my god, how it's called, this one? You know what, I will find my email and I will put the name of this stone on the screen. Okay, and this one, which is finer, which is a lot more smaller than the pumice. You can see here, a lot more smaller. I think this is a medium grade pumice. See, we have a bit of condensation there because they were wet, and I put them on the heater to dry out. And you know what? The top layer is dry. Ugh, it doesn't work well. Anyway, why do I have two of each? Because I want to see how this will affect the water pH and EC. So if they are leaching, oh my god, leaking any substances, any nutrients, any whatever they have, minerals in the water, and how they are wicking. So I have here my rainwater without anything in it, and we will do the EC. I will do the TDS if you want. Okay, I'll do the TDS as well. The EC of my rainwater, it's, oh my god, it increased a bit. Why did it increase? I think I have some residue of fertilizer in this. Anyway, right, let's put it on hold so I can show you. So the EC of my rainwater, it's 23. 23 EC will translate in TDS. Let's see. TDS 11. So it's half of the EC, let's say. So 23 EC with a pH of, let's see, I think the pH is around 7, if I remember correctly. It's quite neutral, not neutral. It was around 7. Yeah, I do think that I have some nutrients in the water, in the can. I took rubbish. The pH Oh, come on. This is really slow, guys. Really slow. The pH, it's 496, 97. Let's put 5. So the pH is 5. And the EC, it's 23. So what I will do, in these two ones that I have not too much media, I will put the same amount of water. I think I'll put more just to get an accurate, right. I'm doing water everywhere, obviously. Put that much here. That much, just a bit more here. And leave them for 24 hours. That will tell me if it's something changed in the pH. And these two, I will leave them for 1 week with the same amount of water. And after 1 week, we will see which one it's absorbing better the water and which one it's still moist on the top, and so on. So these two will stay here on the table to see how much water will evaporate. We have quite a bit of water in there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if you can see it here. We have quite a bit of water. So maybe this will not be so accurate because they are not full of the media. So maybe I should top everything up, but I have to wash more. Yeah, I think I'll do that. But I have to wash more and let it dry because I want it to be dry so I can see how much water they are wicking if they are dry. Although I think I will soak this media as well for 2 weeks like I'm doing with my Leca, because what I've noticed with the pumice, it's dusty. It's still dusty even if I wash them. I don't know if you can see this, but I have a bit of dust on my finger, so I don't like that. So I think I will soak this for a week while those two are there, and I will see if there is any difference. So we will come tomorrow to check the pH and the EC of these 2 cups to see how it's affecting the water. And maybe tomorrow we will put some Leca in both as well to see if there is any big change. So yeah, you will see this, all this in one video, so don't worry. It will be a long one because I like to talk all by myself. So yeah, see you tomorrow, guys, and we will see how these two will be affected in 24 hours. Okay, 48 hours later, because, well, let's see. We have the pumice here. I'll put this in to measure the pH of the water, and let's see if the EC changed as well. Of course I don't have where to put the EC. I need to, let me take a plastic cup and just empty the cups. Let's see. Well, the pH, it's changed. So we started with the pH of 5, and now it's almost 7. So the pumice is increasing the pH. 680. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this? 680 the pH. Okay, let's try to see if the EC changed. So in the pumice, with the pumice, we started with an EC of 23. Obviously the water is not very clean because I didn't clean those as good as I was supposed to, and yeah, that's why the EC, it's 159. So we started with an EC. Oh my camera stopped again. So we started with an EC of 23 and now it's 159, which I suspect is because I didn't clean the pumice really well. And let's clear this. Clear. Let's check the, we have the pH in the Kanuma. This is the Kanuma. And the pH it's 6.8 in the Kanuma as well. Is it? Let's let it. Yeah, I just suspect the AC is bigger because I didn't clean the pumice well. See the water, it's kind of blurry. So that must be the issue with the AC. But the Kanuma raised the pH as well, but not as much, to 641. So, which is not that bad, because let me put it in another one, the water, because this one is not clear either. See? Oh my god, that's dirty. So this, the Kanuma, requires more cleaning. Ooh. The AC is 212, but I do suspect that the AC is so high because I didn't clean them well, and I will show you why I think that. Right, I put the rest of them, and this is the Kanuma and this is the pumice, and I put them in rainwater, same water that I put for the experiment. So, but I cleaned them well. And you see it's 110. So, these will soak for 1 week and I'll change the water another time, still with rainwater. So 110, it's not so much, and the Kanuma it's 102. So yeah, I just suspect that the raising in the AC it's from the dirt inside, because if I stir it, look, still the water is cloudy. So I will definitely, and it has a lot of debris, I don't know. And the pumice, the water, it's cloudy as well. So yeah, they will need another rinse and soak. So I will rinse them and change the water again. So that will go well, I think. Okay. What I wanted to show you after 48 hours is the glass with the Kanuma. It's basically empty, doesn't have water at all. It's all absorbed by the media. The pumice still have, they had the same quantity of water. The pumice still has water in it. So, yeah. Which is telling me that that Kanuma, it's really absorbent. But I can't use it only this one because it's so small and it's getting... Don't know what's wrong with this camera, I swear. So the Kanuma, it's really heavy. The glass is really heavy, so it absorbs all the water. The pumice, it's not that heavy, but it still has a reservoir of water, and inside they're wet on the top. So we will leave that again another 5 days to see in a week how much they are drying the top layer, to decide which one to use for the top layer, even if I want the pumice inside the pot to create more air pockets. Excuse the mess on the table, guys. So yeah, I think they will be alright. pH will rise like the leca, so we will see in 5 days time. Right, so after 1 week, let's see what we have after 1 week. The pumice still has some water on the bottom, so the reservoir was still here till here, so they absorbed half of the water. On the top, they are wet-ish, but considering that the cup is not full, that might influence the pumice staying wet. So yeah, and the canuma absorbed all the water from the second day, so it's still really wet on top. It's really wet, which I don't know how I feel about it, but even I rinsed this 3 times now. It's still cloudy, the water, because I put them all to soak for 2 weeks, so it doesn't have any more water reservoir. If you can see on the bottom, can you see on the bottom? Can you see on the bottom all that dust? So it obviously was not rinsed well, but the pumice has the same. Look at that. Let's see how to cover the window. The pumice has the same. So yeah, I think I will give them another another week till next week, and soak, because they are soaking. And the camera stopped again. I don't understand why it keeps stop recording. Right, so I will leave them for another week to soak, and next week we will repot some plants that I consider they are not doing that well. They are doing well, but not that well. I don't like how they are growing. So we will do that next week, and I will answer more of the questions from Club Leca and from my Instagram, because I have quite a few on my Instagram. So that was my experiment, pumice and canuma. I will link the website from where I got them, and I think I will use some of the gravel from the driveway, because I don't want to use that as a top layer because it's too absorbent. So if it's drying and starts pulling water from the leca, I don't want to. And this one, it's not that absorbent, the pumice, so I don't know how I will fix the dry leca issue on the top, but I think I'll fix it with some gravel from the driveway at the moment. We will try that next week, and we will see how is that working. But for the aeration in the pot, the pumice, which I will mix with the leca, and I think I'll mix some of the canuma as well. We will make a mix next week. We will see how that will work. So till next week, bye guys, and have a wonderful, I don't know, week. Bye.